Hello students, welcome back to the second class of history. I hope you all have enjoyed the last class as we have read about medieval India. Yes children, as you know, this year we are going to read about medieval period of Indian history, which started from second half of the 8th century up to first half of the 18th century. Now let us continue with the first chapter, tracing changes through 1,000 years. Now, as I've told you that medieval period was a period of map making. So, maps of Indian subcontinent were given by Arab geographer, Al-Idrisi and a French cartographer. Since there is a gap of 200 years between the two cartographers, the terminologies also changed over the time. This medieval period was a period of economical, political and social changes. So there are few innovations that took place during medieval period, that is Persian wheel for irrigation, spinning wheel for weaving, firearms for combat, and new crops were also introduced, that is potato, corn, chili, tea and coffee. This was also a period of great mobility. People travelled long distances and they take their ideas and lifestyles to new places. This is how science, traditions, cultures and old religions change. And so there were new communities that emerged in the medieval period. The new communities are as follows: Sikhs, Jats, Ahoms, Kayas, Marathas and Rajputs. You must be knowing that Rajputs belong to Rajasthan usually, right? And they also belong to the Kshatriyas caste. They are also associated with chivalry, courage and loyalty. Since they are very brave and courageous, you will find maximum of them as rulers, soldiers or commanders. Next changes regarding agriculture. Gradually, when society started setting up, people started expanding agriculture. And for this, forests were cleared and people started cultivating. Therefore, the life of the forest dwellers changed. As many of them migrated to towns, many of them became peasants and many of them became large part of the societies and therefore they pay taxes also. And because of this agricultural extension, new jatis also came into existence. Okay, now let's read about jati. You might be familiar with this word. So what is it? Jati refers to grouping and ranking of people on the basis of their background and occupation. So children, when we group people, when we make grouping or when we differentiate people on the basis of their background and occupation, that refers to jati. Their rank and status kept on changing. It is not fixed and different areas and time based. It is all dependent on it is all based on their power, resources and influence. They frame their own rules and regulations to manage their conduct of their members, and these regulations were enforced by an assembly of elders which is known as Jati Panchayat. As every jati has their own Jati Panchayat and they have to follow the rules, right? They were also required to follow the rules of their villages. Next changes regarding new region and empire. Gradually, as the India progressed, many regions and empire emerged. This was the regional expansion of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Look at this map now. Muhammad bin Tughlaq had a vast empire during that time. And when the Mughal Empire declined in the 18th century, it led to the re-emergence of regional states. Okay, so in India, there were many rulers, dynasties which controlled a huge area and their empires. So the empires is called pan-regional empire. For example, empires of Cholas, empires of Mughals, empires of Tughlaqs and empires of Khaljis. Various regions had their distinct languages and culture. There were many rulers, there were many regions and every region had their particular language and cultures. Next change is regarding old and new religion. Many changes emerged in Hinduism and Islam. So this was all about your first chapter of history. In the next class, I would be coming up with a new topic. Till the time, read the chapter properly. Take care. Have a good day.